Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to add your company logo onto a SolidWorks model inside the online trial. The first thing we'll need to do is to upload your logo to the trial. Here I'm running the online trial in full screen, so to access the menu bar at the top, I just need to bring my mouse over this arrow and then click the folder icon to open my files. I'll then open the home folder. This is the folder where it's best to store any files when you're working on the trial, and I'm going to choose Upload Files. You'll need to browse to wherever your logo is stored on your machine and then just choose to upload it. I can upload both my logos at once by control selecting them and then pressing open. So that's got the files I need onto the online trial. Next, I'll show you how to add that logo to a part. I'm going to use one of the sample files, and to open it, I'll go to File and then Browse Recent Documents. You can use the same file as me if you'd like, but the same method should be easy to apply to any model. This file is actually an assembly, which is made up of many parts, and when adding a logo you'll get slightly different options depending on whether you're adding it to a part or to an assembly. I find it's actually easier to add directly to the part, so let's click on the lid and then use this Open Part button from the context toolbar. I'll rotate the model now by holding the middle mouse button and dragging the mouse so that I can see this end face where I want to add the logo to. In SolidWorks, when you add an image to a model, it's generally referred to as adding a decal, and decals are managed in the Appearance Manager, which you can get to by clicking this colourful icon at the top of the feature tree. Inside the Appearance Manager, there are 3 more icons. You can select these, and they are for managing appearances, decals, and scenes respectively. We'll pick the middle one for decals. This is currently showing an empty list, but once you've added decals to a model, you'll be able to see them all listed here. Here we just need to right click on the empty space and choose Add Decal. Then I'll pick the Browse button and pick my image from the home folder. When applying a decal, there are a few tabs which contain different options. We'll need to switch to the Mapping tab. This is where you control where the decal will be positioned. Now I'll click this face to add the decal to it, but you can see it's actually applied upside down. This can be adjusted using the controls in the graphics area or the numeric controls over on the left in the property manager. I prefer to use the property manager, and I'm going to use this rotation slider to spin it 180 degrees and then adjust the size and position using the relative sliders there. Finally, I'll switch the mapping type to label rather than projection. Projection can distort the image if it's projecting onto a non-flat face, so onto any curved faces, just like a film projector would. Label functions more like adding a sticker to a model, and it's better if you don't want to distort your logos accidentally. I could edit the illumination options for this decal as well to change how it looks exactly, but there's no real need here. The one option I do want to point out quickly is that you can actually remove the background of an image. And there are a few ways to do this as well, but potentially the easiest is just to use the selected color option. If I do this and then pick the white of the background of the image, that will turn it transparent. This would probably be more noticeable though if I had a different colored model. Anyway, with that, I'll OK the command and we can see the logo is applied. I just want to show you one other workflow. Sometimes you want to apply a decal to a very specific area, and if that's the case, I'd recommend actually sketching out the shape on the face that you want to apply the decal to first, like I'm doing here. Once you've sketched the shape, you can then use the command Splitline. Splitline divides a face so that you can select the areas separately, but it doesn't actually add or remove any material. Once you've split a face, you can then add a decal just like before. And you can use these fit to width or fit to height options to size it really easily. And that is how you add logos to your models inside SolidWorks. If you want to add a logo to a drawing border, then you definitely can do. And you can do that by going into a drawing, going to the Sheet Format tab, choosing Edit Sheet Format, and then add an image simply by choosing Insert Image. This can then all be saved as part of your own custom drawing template, but that's really a whole nother topic that I'm not going to go into right now because it deserves quite a bit of time by itself. Finally, if you did want to bring an image into a model just to use it as a guide to create features, maybe to sketch around, then we have a short video on our website that shows you exactly how to do that. It's just called How to Import a Picture into SolidWorks. I recommend you check it out if you're interested. And that's all. Thanks for watching.